Okay, welcome back to Varcade Games. Better late than never. I know. He said 4 o'clock, and it's like what is it, 9? Okay. Cut the music, Claudio. Cut the music. Okay. We are here. I know. He said 9 o'clock, but we're having some technical difficulties. Um, Peanut gave us a new computer, and well, we cannot get the computer to work. She messed with the computer the other day. She did something to it, and now we cannot get the computer to work. So this is going to be a short live stream. We are going to talk about the Muppet Show. Yes. And then instead of comic books, Brian is going to share some of his comic strip books. And finally, he wants to rant on about something about some files. I don't know what these files are, but you know. Anyway, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Brian. Brian.
Thank you, Svensson. Thank you, everybody. Oh, let's adjust this. Let's adjust this. What is going on, folks? Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. I said, hey, I'm gonna be here at 4 o'clock, okay, but I'm having these computer difficulties. So this is it. It's going to be a short stream, short live. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to say thanks. If you're not even here watching, it is what it is. I'm still gonna do a live stream. If anyone joins, hey, they join. If not, I just streamed for nothing. But I'm still gonna rant. I'm gonna rant about a few things. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is that Muppet Show. Okay, that Muppet Show was great. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. All right. Um, okay, here's Rizzo. Rizzo the Rat. Rizzo the Rat gave a beautiful performance. Okay, and it's great to see the Muppets back. Okay, first of all, Muppet Show. It's not a kid show. You know what a kid show is? Sesame Street. That's a kid show. Muppet Show. The more I watch, the more I realize that's an adult show. There's adult humor, adult themes, and oh, yep. Here's my cat. There's the cat in the back. Hey, welcome to the stream. Hey, real quick, I'm having computer issues. I usually have a computer next to me so I could read the chat, but unfortunately, oh, there's another cat right here. Unfortunately, my computer ain't working, and I can't really see the screen. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm glad you like the cats. Um, so anyway, talking about that Muppet Show the other night, it was on TV. Um, I know a lot of people were complaining about Kermit's voice. Okay, a lot of people were like, "That's not Kermit." Kermit's like, "Hi ho, Kermit the Frog," but this was like, "Hi ho, Kermit the Frog." Hey, but the point is, it was Kermit. It was Piggy back in action. Okay, it was. I mean, they were all there. They were all. I mean, that's. I mean, Miss Piggy did great. All right, seeing Miss Piggy back on the screen, she was great. Seeing Scooter, Gonzo, Fozzie Bear, seeing all the other puppets. There was that one new puppet. There was one new puppet, and I liked how they acknowledged that that was a new, not Muppet, not puppet. Don't say the P word. Your cats are cute. Thank you very much. Um, I got four of them. Four cats, one dog. My dog chases cats, so the cats, my girl cats stay upstairs. My boy cats, they stay downstairs. But one of them is outside in this cold weather. So after my stream, I'm gonna go find my cat. All right, but anyway, getting back to the Muppet Show. what else was good about the Muppet Show? Rizzo the Rat, and the ending. Okay, they were singing. They were singing a Queen song. Don't stop me now. The Muscle Show is kind of cursed. You mean Muppet Show? Muppet Show, yeah. Muppet Show is kind of cursed. They had so many tries to get it right. Okay, it's not the original, and Seth Rogen, I hope he does a good job. Okay, I really do. I hope Disney doesn't screw this up. We don't want Disney screwing things up like they always do. Okay, because Disney just ain't the same Disney. All right, but anyway, yeah, like they had like the Muppet Jim Henson Hour for a while, where they had like stories that Jim Henson did, and they were kind of like dark themed, almost like Dark Crystal-ish. I remember they had another Muppet Show that was kind of like the Office style Muppet Show, where Kermit was dating another pig. Okay. It's like he couldn't date another species; he had to go get another pig. So, yeah, I agree. I agree that the Muppet Show had many attempts and it failed many times. But we're hoping. We are crossing our fingers here for Arcade Games. Stay there, folks. Stay there. All right, here we go. Here we go. See, I am a Muppet fan. All right, I got faith in Kermit. But all right, now this is the part of the show where I'm gonna call Peanut, seeing if I could get my computer working, because she gave it to me. But she's skiing this weekend, so I doubt she's gonna answer the phone.
Hello?
Hey! How you doing, Peanut? We are live. Say hi. We're live.
Hi, what are you calling me on?
I'm calling you on the flip phone. But the are you skiing?
What?
Are you skiing?
No, not at the moment. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow's your ski trip. I thought it was today.
No.
Okay, well, I can't get the computer working.
Okay, why?
I don't know. I'm doing a live stream right now, and
Why isn't the computer working?
that's why I'm calling you.
Okay, what's wrong with it?
I opened it up and there's nothing. Does the battery get charged on the left or the right?
Just plug it in and see if it starts lighting up green or red.
Okay.
It'll light up green or red on the side.
That little dot. Okay. All right. But
Okay.
there's nothing on the screen though.
It's dead.
All
Try
right.
clicking the on button. If you click the on button, it'll show up with a power thing in the middle. If it's dead.
Where's the on button?
It should be on the side or up on. It should be on the keyboard. It should have the on switch on it.
Okay.
The little signature thingy.
Okay.
Did you see it?
Oh, it's downstairs. So
Okay.
and Fluffy just jumped on the table.
Okay.
So all right, everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
All right. Well, it's
Okay.
cold. It's cold. Stay warm and have a nice trip tomorrow. Have a safe trip.
I will. I'll text you.
All right. Bye bye. I love you.
Bye. I love you too.
All right, folks. Sorry you had to witness that. But if you're new to the channel, Peanut is also on the channel. She's my daughter. She's my co-host of our food reviews. We've been going to arcades and doing vlogs and having little adventures for years and years and years. But every now and then I just go out on a limb on my own and just do my own thing because, well, my daughter doesn't live with me. All right, back to the show. Usually when I go live, I like to show my comic book collection. But since this is going to be a short live, And by the way, if you haven't already, please leave a like, leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. But anyway, my final thoughts on that Muppet Show. I liked it. I'm having hopes for it. Okay, I gave it a thumbs up. Okay, gave it a thumbs up for sure. All right. Now, if you see my live streams, I like to show off my comic book collection. I'm not really showing it off. It's just how I inventory my comic books, and if there's anything that anybody sees, and we strike up a conversation during the live stream about a particular comic book, well, that's where we go with this conversation. But if not, it's just a way that I inventory my comic book collection. But today we're doing our comic strips. Okay, a few weeks ago I had a few other comic strips out of my collection that I showed, but here are the rest. And oh, that's a lot of info. See, I'd have to go downstairs to do all that. You know, I'm just up in my room streaming off my iPad. But thank you so much for that advice. And if I do stream downstairs ever, I could do that whole sinking into my TV thing. But anyway, when I was a kid, I used to love reading comic strips, the Sunday funnies, the funny pages from the newspaper, and I even went to the extremes of collecting. Okay, some people might say it's hoarding, but I went to the extremes of collecting a lot of those Sunday comic strips. They're in a box somewhere. But back in the day, I used to buy these books at the bookstore. Yes, there used to be bookstores, folks. Walden Books, B. Dalton Books, and they used to sell these awesome Calvin and Hobbes books. Okay, these things are so thick. They're like encyclopedias. Okay, it would take a whole month to read this. All right, and Calvin and Hobbes has to be up here when it comes to comic strips. Okay, Peanuts, Garfield, Calvin and Hobbes. Okay, this is the authoritative Calvin and Hobbes collection, a Calvin and Hobbes Treasury by Bill Watterson. And I was always impressed with the artwork in these books. Always impressed. I never plan on getting rid of these books. The fact that, you know, Calvin and Hobbes have been around for years, and you know, you're driving around and you see a Ford truck and you see a bumper sticker that has little Calvin peeing on a Chevy symbol. Okay, Calvin and Hobbes have been around forever. I'm going to say this is from 85 maybe, but I could be wrong. Nineteen 1990, so it's 5 years off. All right, now I got another, the essential Calvin and Hobbes. Once again, another collection of Bill Watterson's finest. And look, it even has a foreword by Charles M. Schulz. Okay? And we all know who he is, right? Charlie Brown, creator. Just his artwork is just so. Look at the artwork. Very creative, mesmerizing, captivating. I loved reading Calvin and Hobbes as a kid. Page after page after page of comic strips. Okay, you can't go wrong with Calvin and Hobbes. But then, years later, another family of comics came into the scene. Foxtrot. Does anybody remember Foxtrot? Okay, this whole family. It was a mom, dad, teenage brother, teenage sister, and the little brother with his like pet iguana. All right. Um, let me see. Let me see. This is from 1994. Okay. And we got some. There are some color comics in here, and of course your black and whites. The life of a cartoonist. Okay, just every day going to your home studio and just drawing what you love. And Foxtrot was always funny, very entertaining. Okay, this could have been a show. Okay, I think Foxtrot should have been a cartoon series. Um, it would have been up there with The Simpsons. It would have been up there with Family Guy. I would have loved to have seen Foxtrot on TV. Okay. Now, oh, we got. Oh, what is in this? What is in that, huh? Fluffy? Wiener Dog Art. Okay, The Far Side. The Far Side is one of these comic strips that it's just one little square. Okay, not a whole bunch of boxes, not a whole bunch of strips, but one little strip that'll make you laugh. Okay, usually you would see these on calendars, and every day you'd peel off a new page and there'd be a new comic strip. But when you could just make somebody laugh with just one panel, and you could bring a smile to somebody with just a few funny looking characters and a few funny looking words and phrases, funny sounding words and phrases, you have a gift, you have a talent. And thank God for Gary Larson, because this guy made me laugh throughout high school, throughout college. I would read him all the time. The Far Side. Okay. Let's check it out. Bury My Heart at Fun Fun Mountain, a Foxtrot collection by Bill Mend. All right. When I would read these, I felt like I was part of the family. I felt like these characters were real. That these characters had, real emotions and real drama going on in their lives. Some of these comic strips, they would be like a whole story. And things would happen in these strips. It wasn't just, slapstick humor, but there was things happening. Kids getting in trouble in school, the kids were getting bullied or picked on or something. And, there was always something. It wasn't just slapstick humor with the Foxtrot family. Okay, here's another one. May the Force be with us, please. Okay. Hilarious. Check this out. Weirdos from Another Planet. Another Calvin and Hobbes book. All right. If you need some good reading material, and if you're looking for something funny, anything from Calvin and Hobbes. Okay. Anything. Now, these books are old. I'm even thinking, they don't even make these books anymore. And Bill Watterson, of course, he's retired from comic strips. So that's why I hold on to these books. Okay. Now, if you have any books, if you're watching right now, if you have any books, Charlie Brown, Heathcliff, Garfield, Marmaduke, Andy Capp, Beetle Bailey, Hagar the Horrible, let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed anything like that as a kid. Okay, now this comic strip, little controversial. Okay, recently, the creator of this comic strip passed away. Okay, and he also had a few choice words that I respect what he had to say. I respect the man's opinion. But a lot of people, they got offended because people get offended over everything nowadays. Okay, they get offended over everything. But Dilbert. Okay, Dilbert. Dilbert. First of all, he had his own cartoon, which was great. I love watching Dilbert. Never saw all the episodes, but I loved watching Dilbert. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Drew Carey show, but animated. But in all honesty, I never really found him to be offensive. Never found him to be disgusting or disturbing like Family Guy. Okay, I'm not a big Family Guy fan. Um, South Park, I like South Park, but they can be offensive. Um, but nobody ever gets after those artists or writers, but they go out after Scott Adams for speaking his mind. All right, and they wanted to cancel the guy, but I will never ever stop enjoying a good Dilbert comic. Okay, I even watch some Dilbert on YouTube every now and then. But Dilbert, he's that guy that works in like an office. I think he's like an engineer. Um, he hangs out with his coworkers. I think he has like a dog who sometimes talks. Um, but it's not for your everyday cartoon lover. Okay, you got to have a taste for Dilbert, just like you have to have a taste for Doonesbury. They're kind of political, and some of the humor is um, it's at a different level. The humor. Okay, let's put it at that. All right, now check these out. Check this out. You're not gonna see this. Okay, only on this channel you're gonna see these. Okay, October 21st through the 27th, special collector's cover TV guide. Okay, TV guide, still the small size TV guides, and I remember buying this because of The Simpsons being on the cover of a TV guide. Now this, oh my gosh, I don't even know how old this is. 2000. This is 26 years old. This is from October of 2000, folks. There's Grandpa Simpson right there. All right. But this is what a TV guide used to look like. All right. I don't even know if they make TV guides anymore. Do we even need a TV guide? But yeah, you would go on the day and see what shows are on. All right. Like what's on Monday at 3 p.m. Guiding Light. Guiding Light is on at 3 p.m. All right. Now check this one out. June 2nd, or no, June 12th to June 18th. Look at that. Jabba the Hutt on a TV guide. This is from 1999 because look at that. There's a M&M's ad from 1999 on the back of this TV guide. Oh, we're gonna have to save this page. I'm gonna lead in with this page at the end of my live stream. But continuing, what do I have? What do I have? Oh, look at this. A letter from DC Comics and a letter from Marvel Comics. Yep, that's when I was considering working for them years and years ago. All right, now check this out, folks. This was how I used to order comic books back in the 90s. I would get a catalog, all right? And you could order special comic books, graphic novels, hard to find comic books, independent comic books. Um, and they don't make these anymore, these catalogs. But you used to be able to order comic books. Look, there's X-Men, heavy metal. There's, look, on the cover, it's, what is that? Batman and Judge Dredd on the cover. So this is some old stuff, folks. All right, what else do I have comic book related? Ooh, all right, I got Frank Frazetta, Fantasy Illustrated #1. Okay, if you're a Frank Frazetta art fan, got the first issue right there. And believe it or not, I got the second issue of Frank Frazetta Illustrated. I don't even remember buying these. And I say that in a lot of my videos. That's what happens when you get 50. First issue of Mad. The first issue right there. Okay. Mad magazine. This is, I think, like a reissue or like a different volume. But there it is right there. It's the cover of Mad, issue #1 from 2018. 2018. So I guess in 2018, Mad Magazine decided to come back again, I guess. Do a restart. I don't even think I read it. I think I just said, oh my, I need that in my life. It's issue 1. I don't even have a normal case or bag for this. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Zordon. Ay, 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 Zordon. Alright. Worry about that later. Check this out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book #3. I paid $1 for this. Okay, I paid $1 for this. And look, it has a Toys R Us sticker on it. But it's a graphic novel from the Ninja Turtles. It has Cerebus in it, which I still don't know what Cerebus is. I don't know. Is he a pig? Is he a rhinoceros? Hippopotamus? Alright, what else? Comic Relief. This is a magazine that has different comics in it. Far Side, Life in Hell, Calvin and Hobbes, Doonesbury, Outland. So this right here is a magazine that has comic strips in it. All right, if you know me, and if you know some of my favorite artists, okay, it's not Todd McFarlane, it's not Eric Larson, it's Vaughn Bodie. Or Vaughn Baudet, and his son Mark Bodie, and written by Larry Todd, illustrated by Mark Bodie, created by Vaughn Bodie, Cobalt 60. Okay, Cobalt 60. This is book 1. I could not ever get book 2, but I do have Cobalt 60, book 3. Okay, I have more Vaughn Baudet's erotica. All right, it's just art. Okay, it's just art. So Calm down, YouTube. All right, I got Vaughn Bodet's Dead Bone. A lot of trains with graffiti on it. You'll see the style of graffiti that this guy inspired. Okay, so a lot of graffiti artists were inspired by Vaughn Bode. All right, here's Frank Miller and Simon Bisley, Bad Boy, issue 1. All right, anything by Simon Bisley is amazing, and Frank Miller. And I also have Epic Illustrated, all new in this issue, Vaughn Bode's Yellow Hat, plus Jeffrey Jones, Alan Lee, and Barry Windsor Smith. So this is like fantasy art. I had that fantasy art phase where Conan the Barbarian, not Conan, but Conan, Hercules, He-Man, all that stuff. But that's been like Arnold Schwarzenegger was making all those movies. So, and then I have The Sacrifice. These are little Christian tracts that people would give. And it's just, they have, they're made by a cartoonist, okay? There's comics, they're not really like funny comics, it's more like a storyline that you read. You read the story, and at the end of the story, there's always like that introduction to, hey, you need to hear the gospel of Jesus, you need to hear about God. Hopefully these stories will touch your life, and you will, pray and ask Christ in your life. And I used to collect these as well, and sometimes I would leave them out in different places in public. Other times I would just keep them and read them because I like the artwork and stuff. But these were very popular back in the day, 80s for sure. So, but folks, as I put this away, I just want to talk about this crazy world we live in, this crazy country we live in, and everything that's going on. No matter where you stand, on what side of the aisle, what side of the fence, just remember, life is short, okay? Don't waste all your time worrying about everything that's going on outside of your own little world, because you have an inner world that you have to take care of. Your family, your friends, your neighbors, your pets. Okay, I see what's going on. I turn on the YouTube and I see what's going on. Okay, I'm not blind. I had like 4 days off from work because of this blizzard. In 4 days, I had a lot to think about, and I had some rabbit holes that I went down. And I have made a few discoveries. During these past few days, I've discovered that there's a lot of evil on this world, in this world. There's a lot of people that have deceived me. They deceived me as a kid, they deceived me as a teenager, but they're not going to deceive me as an adult. Okay? I've learned that we live in a world where not everybody is human. Not everybody's real. Okay? I totally believe, since these past few days, I totally believe in how can I say this? Reptoids, reptilians. Okay, they're there, but they're not aliens. No. They are not aliens, folks. They're demons. All right, we got demons walking amongst us, evil people walking amongst us, and there's so many things distracting us. And tomorrow is going to be the big distraction, the Super Bowl. Okay? I haven't watched the Super Bowl in a very long time. If the Steelers are in it, I could give a crap about the Super Bowl. Okay? And when it comes to the commercials, I can watch the commercials the next day on YouTube. And when it comes to the halftime show, I want nothing to do with that. Because it's I'm under the influence now that I'm under the beliefs that there's a lot of evil out there, and I believe in this mind control stuff. I believe that there's this witchcraft everywhere, and there's just evil people. So I'm tired of focusing on the evil people. Okay. Um, this guy right there. Okay, he's a big disappointment. Okay, a big disappointment. But so many of us are concentrating on the bad guys of this whole file situation, and no one's talking about the innocent victims that got screwed. The innocent victims, the kids. Okay, what about the kids? Okay, so here's my take on this. I no longer want nothing to do with Hollywood. I want nothing to do with it. Yeah, I know I might go see a few movies this summer, but at the end of the day, I don't trust Hollywood. At the end of the day, I think there's some just bad, sick people out there. And, you know, I need to take care of my own, just like you need to take care of your own. Okay, so don't be out there. Um, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going with this rant. Okay, I just feel like people are out there on TikTok, on YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, Epstein filed this, Epstein filed that, and Island this, and oh, this person has this symbol and this and it's like, okay, we know that, we're not dumb, okay? I'm not dumb, okay? But no one's talking about the victims. No one's talking about who got screwed, okay? And I'm sure as the days go on and pictures are revealed, and we're going to see things that we knew, but we just need to see to confirm, we're going to see things that we're not going to like. And we're going to still, nothing's going to get done. Nothing. Unless we all revolt, we all go to these homes and have our pitchforks and our torches, but no one's going to do that, okay? No one does that. Um, God's going to take care of those people. Okay? At the end of it all, God, the Lord Jesus, is going to take care of those pedophiles, those perverts, those satanic people. Okay? But my job as a decent human and as a Christian man, I got to pray for them kids. All right? I don't know any of these kids, and I'm sure I'll never meet any of these kids, and I'm sure a lot of these kids are already in heaven. Um, But at the end of the day, just realize that it's not about these evil celebrities. It's about what they did and who was the real victim. Okay? And I know things are going to get crazier and crazier as the year progresses. I know people are saying things like, oh, the Super Bowl. People are going to go crazy at the Super Bowl. World War III is going to start at the Super Bowl. Or people are going to start rioting about ICE and all that crap. You know, we are to have compassion on people, whether you're from this country or not, whether you're rich or poor, black or white, male or female. I'm supposed to have compassion. I'm nobody, okay? I need to look at everybody that they are better than me. I am nobody. But also, at the same time, there are laws, there are governing um, forces, and even though we are to love everybody, we're still to obey the law, to obey the governing bodies, whether it's the governing bodies in your home or the governing bodies on your land that you live on. And, if you're breaking the law, there are consequences. You do the crime, you do the time. And if you had a chance to make yourself legal, and you did, awesome. But if you didn't make yourself legal, then that tells me, okay, the normal person, the law abiding citizen, that tells me that you're still illegal, but you're just illegal in your home country. You might not be, you know, a criminal here. You might not have broken any laws here, but you don't want to become a legal citizen. Why? Oh, because they're going to find out that you are wanted back in your home country? And that's what ICE is doing. Okay, that's all what ICE is doing. They're saying, hey, you're illegal. You have a warrant for your arrest back in El Salvador, back in Venezuela, back in Ecuador. Okay, you're going back. We don't want you here. And why people are defending rapists, why people are defending murderers and thugs is beyond me. Beyond me. I get it. You want to be compassionate. Oh, you don't want to separate the father from the kids and yada yada. I get all that. Okay, but if this was me and I did something illegal, okay, then I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to Canada to get away with it. And if while I'm in Canada, I get busted and they're going to send me back here so I can face my, you know, face the judge and jury, then yeah, I get it. Anyway, folks, sorry for ranting. Sorry for rambling. It was a fun stream. It was a short stream, I guess. It was just a stream of anything. A little bit different. I'm hoping the computer works the next time, so my stream will be better, and I can actually read the comments, and I could actually show more of my comic books. But until then, folks, stay safe. Okay. Just walk, be safe out there. All right, and enjoy the football game tomorrow. Don't get sucked into the mind control during the halftime show. Turn off the halftime show and do something else. And you know, I'm not even gonna watch the game. I could care less. I don't want the Patriots to win. Okay, go Seahawks. Okay, but like I said, I don't even care. But folks, thanks for joining me on the stream. It was fun. It was great. I got a coin pusher video out. If you haven't watched it, go check that out. I got some other videos coming out. And my nephew has been sending me videos left and right. So I'm probably going to turn those into YouTube shorts on my channel. So you're going to see my nephew doing some food reviews and claw machine videos as well. Until then, folks, thanks for watching. Fluffy says good night. Snickers is somewhere doing her thing. Until then, peace out. Stay safe. Catch you on my next video. Bye-bye.